Brought to you by
youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the Special Interest Group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
A very good evening and a warm welcome to our first edition of UBC News Tonight on this 21st day of August 2025. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto and my colleague Muhammad Mugalu on Sign Language Interpretation. We do welcome you. Now, before we get into tonight's news bulletin, let's first take a look at the top stories tonight.
Brought to you by
Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
In our top stories tonight, VP Alupo at Tokyo International Conference on African Development. Strategies outlined to boost Uganda's tourism sector. The Uganda Cranes stay confident despite Senegal's strong record ahead of CHAN 2024 quarterfinals. And Senegal lands in Uganda ahead of the highly anticipated CHAN quarterfinals clash with the Cranes.
Brought to you by
Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
Good evening once again. Now in our top story this evening, Vice President Major Jessica Alupo has commended the Tokyo International Conference on African Development and its partners for their continued role in advancing Uganda's development agenda and Africa's growth at large. Alupo, who is representing President Yoweri Museveni at the three-day TICAD 9 summit in Yokohama City in Japan, hailed the conference as a vital platform for fostering cooperation between Africa and Japan. Now, the government of Japan has spearheaded TICAD since 1993, promoting investment, technology transfer, and sustainable partnership across Africa.
Excellencies, the theme of TICAD 9, i.e., co-create innovative solutions with Africa, is not only timely for Africa, but also well thought out. It is in strategic alignment to both international development frameworks like the Global Agenda 2030 and the African Union 2063 Agenda. In particular, in Uganda, it is aligned to the Uganda Vision 2040, which aims at transforming the Ugandan society from a peasant to a modern and prosperous country by 2040. Excellencies, Africa is endowed with abundant opportunities and resources, including agricultural products, oil and gas, minerals, tourism potential, etc. This TICAD 9 high-level platform, therefore, provides an opportunity for us to discuss our priorities, including value addition to agricultural products, human capital development, technology, ICT, IA, and infrastructural development. Let me emphasize in this forum that the contribution of a competitive and vibrant private sector to Africa's development is immense. The private sector contributes the highest percentage to Africa's total production, revenue generation, employment, investments, and credit. As we co-create an enabling environment for the private sector in Africa is indeed very important. I'm very happy to note that TICAD 9 has a component of a business expo and forum. In line with the main theme of TICAD 9, I wish to inform you that Uganda has designed a purposeful development trajectory which includes agro-industrialization, tourism development, mineral development, science, technology, innovation, and infrastructural development. Finally, I would like in a special way to thank the African Union Commission and all our partners for championing Africa's development by using homegrown solutions to solve Africa's development challenges. We appreciate Japan's partnership with the whole of Africa and in particular Uganda's development. And I therefore wish to reaffirm to this conference that Uganda shall welcome the TICAD 9 declaration. I thank you for
Now, with just months to Uganda's general elections, the Inspectorate of Government has pledged to intensify efforts against corruption and misconduct during the electoral process. Now, the Deputy IGG, Dr. Patricia Achan Okiria, says the integrity of the elections cannot be compromised, warning government officials against abusing their offices to influence outcomes.
Uganda's past elections have often been marred by reports of corruption, voter bribery, intimidation, and misuse of state resources. In 2021, the Inspectorate investigated at least 24 cases of election-related corruption, alongside over 300 incidences of voter bribery and intimidation. Speaking today in Kampala, Deputy IGG Dr. Patricia Chanokilia said the office is closely monitoring both public officials and electoral activities to ensure a free and fair process.
When the voices of millions converge together in one single voice in making that decision. So without credible elections, then democracy becomes hollow, governance becomes less legitimate, and also public trust collapses. So if we are to build this public trust as an institution and as a country, we stand at the threshold of a significant chapter in that journey.
She cautioned government officials against using state resources to bribe voters or unlawfully declare candidates winners, stressing that such acts undermine democracy.
Not exchange their votes for sugar or salt or soap or for waragi or adere, because such acts result into poor services. At the end of the day, it results into poor management of resources, and leaders who lack integrity are not leaders.
The public has been also urged to remain alert, observe the process, and report any cases of bribery, intimidation, or abuse of authority. According to IGG office, election-related corruption is expected to rise unless vigilance is strengthened.
We will promote openness in the use of government resources, from vehicles to personnel to financial allocations. And we are going to be talking about this in our media interactions, that there should be openness in how much it is that has been allocated for this process, in what it is are the responsibilities of the officials responsible.
Patricia further condemned electoral violence, noting that vote rigging and intimidation deny citizens the right to choose leaders based on merit. She appealed to political actors, security agencies, and civil society to promote peace, transparency, and accountability throughout campaigns and voting.
We want to ensure that the election process is not abused, not manipulated, but instead conducted in a manner that reflects the true will of the people of Uganda.
As Uganda prepares for the 2026 polls, the Inspectorate of Government says it will stand with public to fight corruption, protect democracy, and ensure a credible electoral process. Susan Inabu, good day for UBC News.
Right now, politicians vying for different posts on the NRM ticket continue to praise President Lauryn Masika for establishing a tribunal to deliver justice to those who felt cheated in the primaries. The aspiring mayor of Mbarara City, Seth Muradi, accuses the incumbent, Robert Mugabe Kachebezi, of using refugees from Isingiro to participate in the NRM primaries, yet they are not on the party register. He wants the tribunal to intervene.
NRM politicians vying for various posts continue to praise President Museveni for establishing a tribunal to ensure justice for candidates who feel cheated during party primaries. Aspiring Mbarara City Mayor Seth Murali alleged that incumbent Robert Mugabe Kachebezi used voters from Isingiro who were known to the party register and called on the tribunal to intervene. The tribunal continues to hear petitions, promising to clear most cases by Saturday, 23rd August.
The elections, there were so many irregularities in those elections, and those results that they declared were not the right results, because Mr. Kachere's Robert Mugabe cheated a lot, and we have proof of all those irregularities, where it includes he appeared on some of the polling stations which are not his polling station, and which is illegal or not in the guidelines as per the Electoral Commission and Electoral Commission. And then there were so many voters that voted him more than the ones in the register.
Amos Masiko, aspiring for Rushere Town Council in Churuhura district, claimed that Achwam Peter used tribalism in the election, losing with 1,534 votes against 1,247.
We call upon the President of the Republic of Uganda and other people or stakeholders of NRM to come and step in these matters so that we can have justice in our elections. And in fact, what makes matters worse, those people in that area, they considered tribalism and sectarianism, which is very bad in our country, because the reason as to why the president went to Bush, he went there with his colleagues to fight against tribalism and sectarianism.
Honorable Des Byuma Oswaldo, MP for Maogola County, Sembabule district, celebrated after the tribunal confirmed he deserves the flag.
Tribunal, where people can be listened to. This has been like a court, my friend. We are questioned, we are interrogated, but finally, I've come out a victor, and I'm so happy about this. I thank NRM, I thank the people of Maogola, I thank everyone who has been giving me prayers, who have been comforting me, who have been telling me to be patient. But finally, all is well that ends well. I'm so grateful.
Nakabale Patrick, contesting for the Wakiso flag alongside Engineer Ian Cheune, raised concerns over voting irregularities and urged the tribunal to examine the evidence.
Hoodwinking and malpractices and injustice and defranchising that tried to delay our victory. So accordingly, I want to inform the Wakiso district community that Chairman Nakabale Patrick, I'm coming and I'm available to...
UBC News tonight. Now, in more news, government through the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries has signed a memorandum of understanding with Intracom Fertilizers Uganda Limited to begin manufacturing organic fertilizers locally. Now, the Permanent Secretary, retired Major General David Kasura, signed on behalf of the government, while investor Adrian Ntigachika represented Intracom. We have more details.
Uganda is among Africa's leading food producers with staples like maize, cassava and bananas. But the rapid depletion of soil nutrients threatens this position.
Right Honorable Prime Minister, agriculture in Uganda really requires us to improve the fertility of our soils. This is why we are here.
To address the challenge, government has partnered with Intracom Fertilizers Uganda Limited, which will establish a factory in Kampiringisa in Mpigi district to manufacture organic fertilizers. The Prime Minister Robina Nabanja witnessed the signing and revealed that government has allocated 100 acres of land in Kampiringisa for the factory, along with other amenities.
Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development should expedite the process of leasing the land to Chiga's Adrian. The Minister of Works and Transport, Minister of Water and Environment, Minister of ICT and National Guidance, Energy and Mineral Development should prepare the site and avail the necessary amenities.
The factory is expected to create jobs and reduce the high cost of imported fertilizers.
There should be no doubt in anybody's mind. The land is available, the investment is available. Within 18 months, we want to have organic fertilizers in Uganda. So the coffee industry, the tea industry, the Benazis, all the cattle keepers who are growing grass for cows, and all the farmers are going to have something to add to their soil so that it becomes more productive.
It is an organo mineral which we are going to use from the resources which are going to come from Uganda. The investment worth for the whole project is going to take 180 million USD.
The factory's main raw material will be cow dung, supplemented by locally abundant phosphate and other inputs.
Cow dung now is going to become like a gold. The Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries should organize farmers in the cattle corridor through parish circles to supply cow dung to the factory.
I'm very happy that what we have been requesting now is no longer being. I'm very happy for that. And I can assure you that what we have signed today, I will make it happen.
The Prime Minister has called for a multi-sectoral approach to support the successful establishment of the factory. Dorcas Kimono, UBC News.
The National Resistance Movement Elections Tribunal has upheld the victory of State Minister for Finance Henry Musasizi as the NRM flag bearer for Rwanda East constituency. Musasizi's rivals had accused him of election irregularities during the July 17th NRM primaries. The tribunal also confirmed Professor Wilbur Hewa as the NRM flag bearer for Nakaseke North, a ruling he welcomed.
Celebrations have continued among NRM members whose victories in the July 17th primaries have been upheld by the party tribunal. The latest ruling confirmed is for the State Minister for Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Henry Musasizi, as the Rwanda East flag bearer in Rwanda District.
I am glad that today the decision was made and the petition was dismissed and the tribunal confirmed me as a duly elected NRM flag bearer for my constituency, Rwanda County East.
Musasizi had been accused by rivals of irregularities, but with the ruling now in his favor, he remains among the few ministers from Kigezi to retain the party flag after several colleagues lost theirs. He says he's ready for the general elections.
Nomination will be in October 15th, according to the new roadmap. But the activity, we must prepare ourselves to nomination, and we also have the campaign of the president coming up. I am the chair of NRM in the district. I am therefore also going to lead the NRM campaign in my district. I want to appeal to our people to come back together. What happened in the primaries should now be behind us.
In Nakaseke North, Professor Wilbur Hewa Manyisa, who enters politics after over 20 years of lecturing at Makerere University, also secured his win.
So the tribunal didn't find any issue with my election because I was duly nominated. And I want to thank the people of Nakaseke North who entrusted me with their votes, and thank the tribunal for being honest and for doing a good job. And of course, President Museveni, who put up the tribunal.
His opponent accused him of joining politics before formally resigning from the university, an allegation he denied.
Were not true because I tendered in my resignation in Makerere University on 2nd of June, and it is under process. And then on the issue of the participation in party structures, of course, it was also not true because I never participated in party structures. So the tribunal didn't find any issue with my election.
Ahebwa welcomed the ruling in his favor. Nahabwe Charity, UBC News.
All right, now to our top story this evening. President Museveni has today met and held talks with the former president of Nigeria, His Excellency Goodluck Jonathan, at State House in Entebbe. Dr. Jonathan, who arrived in Kampala on Wednesday, August 20th, 2025, officiated the 14th graduation ceremony of Cavendish University, Uganda, where he serves as Chancellor. During their meeting, the two leaders reflected on the long-standing bilateral ties between Uganda and Nigeria and explored opportunities to further strengthen economic cooperation between the two countries. Dr. Jonathan commended the Ugandan head of state for the warm reception extended to him and praised Uganda's conducive environment for institutions of higher learning. He also hailed the steady progress made by Cavendish University, Uganda since its establishment. The former Nigerian president informed President Museveni that Cavendish University, Uganda, which was licensed to operate in Uganda by the National Council for Higher Education in June 2008, has already applied for a charter to enhance its competitiveness in the region. The meeting was attended by government officials, representatives of the Nigerian High Commission, and other dignitaries. Now, the Minister of State for Lands, Sam Mayanja, has said that government must invest in technology to manage natural disasters in vulnerable areas. He says this can be a long-term approach to reduce over-resilience on relocating residents, many of whom remain tied to their ancestral and spiritual lands. Ivan Kahwa reports.
The government of Uganda, through the Office of the Prime Minister, has significantly relocated residents from disaster-prone areas to safer zones in Kiriandongo and Bulambuli districts. These communities face frequent landslides and floods, which destroy homes, disrupt mobility, and in some cases cause loss of life. Natural disasters are not limited to the east. In Kasese district, communities are also affected with deforestation, river encroachment, sand and stone extraction worsening the problem.
From 62 to what is happening, these disasters, these rivers breaking their banks, it is because we have destroyed the environment, and up to today, despite the campaigns, we're not taking it serious. But now we are awake.
For the devastating landslide in the Elgon region, prolonged rains saturate steep volcanic soils, reducing stability and triggering landslides, especially on deforested slopes and poorly farmed land. The government has responded by resettling affected residents, but limited funding makes it challenging to invest in early warning systems and disaster mapping.
There must be technology. We are still backward. There must be technology to ensure that even this landslide-prone area can be made less land-prone, that even if there's these earthquakes, it doesn't affect the people, their culture way where they have lived for too long. UCC, Uganda Communication Commission, undertook a study in Bulambuli with very expensive machines to ensure that this disaster doesn't happen again, that landslide. And they installed some technology there, but they are still happening. Maybe now they have to improve that technology, but why have they not improved availability of funds and manpower to manage it?
Cultural and traditional attachments to ancestral lands remain a hurdle. Some residents have left Kiriandongo district and returned to unsafe areas.
But you don't simply think of just getting people from here to there. The Kiriandongo thing is when I've been to Kiriandongo, this place, and people have disappeared. They get the money to relocate, then they remember their fathers, and you can't also disregard this thing of people saying their father, their grandfather is calling them. You have abandoned me, come back. The man the next day must run because the grandfather at night called him to go back.
Government mediation continues over land encumbrances in Bulambuli and Kwen districts to ensure land is secured for the relocation plans. Looking ahead, the minister proposes a national policy for every district to plant 5,000 trees annually to restore our environment and reduce the impact of future disasters. Ivan Kahwa, UBC.
Now, the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development will hold a Land Awareness Week from the 25th to the 29th August 2025 in eastern Uganda. The exercise is intended to empower local communities on land matters by providing access to relevant information and services. State Minister for Lands, Sam Mayanja, says the week will be particularly essential for women, youth, vulnerable groups and persons with disabilities. We have the details.
The Land Awareness Week aims to equip communities with information on land rights and acquisition, while also offering an interactive platform that will bring together government, private sector, cultural and religious leaders to engage directly with communities on sustainable land use practices.
The aim of this initiative is to empower communities, especially women, youth, persons with disabilities, and other vulnerable groups, including the land management institutions, by giving them access to knowledge, tools, and land services that protect their land and land rights.
The State Minister for Lands, Sam Mayanja, adds that all land-related services during the week will be offered free of charge.
Mobile legal clinics will, among other things, be the most practical interventions. Provide free legal services to community members. Farmers and families will have the opportunity to present their cases and receive guidance on succession, land acquisition, compensation, alternative dispute resolution mechanism.
Meanwhile, the National Union of Disabled Persons of Uganda has called on government to ensure inclusivity in land services, stressing that persons with disabilities continue to face barriers in accessing land services and seeking legal redress.
The law is positive, but it needs to be implemented. That is the main challenge. But also there is the issue of legal capacity. How many persons with disabilities know what the law says and can be able to refer to it and defend their right?
These forums have helped highlight injustices, resolve disputes, improve access to justice, and influence policy reforms at both local and national levels.
When you secure women's land rights, it's not just a matter of justice, but you're strengthening food security and livelihoods, because again, like I mentioned, women are the ones who till the food that we eat. So imagine if a woman out there who is digging this land and who is out there tilling this land has security of tenure.
Communities in Bugisu and Sebei are encouraged to take full advantage of these free services. The Land Awareness Week will run under the theme Promoting Land Rights for Sustainable Land Use for Inclusive and Sustainable Development. Irene Faith Nantongo, UBC News.
Uganda Electricity Distribution Limited has launched Wetereze campaign in Kampala Metropolitan, which gives chance to illegal connections streamline their power consumptions. Now, ever since the opening of this window, the utility has received over 6,000 applications, where 80% are from Kampala Metropolitan.
On the July 23, 2025, Uganda Electricity Distribution Company Limited commenced with the Wetereze campaign, which gives a window to illegal connections to apply for amnesty to streamline their power consumption.
Kampala and the metropolitan areas, mainly covering Natete, Wandegea, area offices, and the surrounding, Kabaladala, Mukono, and Nangulali. So we encourage our customers in those areas to participate and register themselves accordingly.
Ever since the beginning of the campaign, over 6,000 have applied, where 80% are within Kampala, which warrants agent sensitization.
Imagine, out of the 6,000, more than 1,200 they are from Wandere. Let me say people of Wandere, they've repented, they've seen the light. So that's very good.
The utility company highlights on the cost of illegal connections and power theft, which include, among others, transformer crashing and persistent load shedding.
Energy loss, unprecedented energy loss, cost us $7 million per annum, an equivalent of about 21 billion and above. So the impact of stealing electricity affect the country and even affect the tariff land.
The window for this amnesty is expected to close by 30th of September 2025, and the utility company, in collaboration with security agencies, will launch operations to crack down unscrupulous people engaging in power theft and any kind of illegal connections.
UBC News Tonight takes a very short break, but we return with more stories after these messages.
Big think about the MTN Super. Wali yakapia musite wali yakapia. MTN kabo the Super mustairompia. Then you kabo the smartphone nebi yakabibiona. MTN kabo the Super mustairompia. Then you kabo the smartphone nebi yakabibiona.
Get the new Kabode Super smartphone and enjoy 16 GB free. Start with a deposit of only 45,000 Uganda shillings and pay the rest mpora in daily installments of less than 1K. You can also make weekly and monthly installments. Together, our vibes are unstoppable. Terms and conditions apply. MTN. MTN is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
At UNOC, we believe in safety.
No matter how far we go, home is always in our hearts, but support shouldn't come with struggle. With Wendy Mobile Wallet and Western Union, money now moves in real time from around the world straight to your pocket.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the rider selection campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala, 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
You brothers on your Rolex. Bobby, again. What's this drama?
Drama? Colleagues, elections for special interest groups are calling. SIGs, elections. Youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time to vote for our leaders. June through August. From village to parish to district to nationals. Youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time, go vote your leaders. No! F-O-B! Elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
The Namukekera Industrial Trade Show and Bazaar is back. Bigger, better, and bolder. Brought to you by Namukekera Rural Industrial Center and Operation Wealth Creation under the theme Driving Industrialization for Sustainable Growth. From Thursday 28th to Saturday 30th August 2025 at the amazing Liaoshen Industrial Park, Kapeka. Chief guest is General Salim Saleh, Chief Coordinator of Operation Wealth Creation. Entrance is 2,000 shillings per day. Are you a business owner, school administrator, or someone who loves to support local products? This is your event. Enjoy crazy discounts on quality items from Liaoshen Industrial Park and other authentic Ugandan exhibitors from across the country. Stylish fashion garments, shoes and bags, sleek mobile phones and electrical appliances, beautiful ceramics, tiles, durable agriculture tools and equipment, mouth-watering dried mangoes and pineapples, plus so much more. Don't miss performances from Uganda's top artists. To exhibit, call Kapeka, the center for all your quality products.
Welcome back from that break. We're glad you're still with us here in UBC News Tonight. Now, in more stories this evening, the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities has convened a high-level summit with leading tourism investors as part of a strategy to revitalize Uganda's tourism industry under the government's tenfold growth plan. We have the details.
The top tourism investors summit brought together key stakeholders including private sector leaders, policymakers and representatives from regional tourism destinations.
Listening. These are tourism investors who've been in this country for the last 50 years, 40 years, 30 years and attracting tourists in Uganda, but also acting at the forefront of this country to promote Uganda.
The summit aimed to align investment priorities with the national tourism development strategies to boost competitiveness.
You can imagine tourists arriving after a flight of 12-15 hours and you have to be on the road for another 8, 9, 10 hours. On the process, somewhere you might even get stuck. So it will be very good for Uganda Airlines to start affordable domestic flights.
Key challenges discussed included regulatory bottlenecks, infrastructure gaps, limited marketing, and taxation impacts on tourism growth.
We are trying to sustain our culture in Karamoja so much, and so to do that we must do a lot on sensitizing our communities. But the taxes are so high, we don't know where to start and how to continue. But we struggle. But I was very happy to hear that a lot of the stakeholders today were talking about the same.
The production cost becomes high, and therefore it makes the products expensive in the market. So we find that the products are very high compared to other beverage companies in other countries. Yeah.
So we appeal to government that even when there is an outbreak, communicate, but have other positive messages about the country. And when the outbreak is dealt with, let us make an effort to counter the travel advisories that have been issued against the country.
Priority investment areas highlighted included product diversification, destination branding, digital tourism innovation, and improving visitor experiences at heritage and wildlife sites.
Gone ahead to keep our Empako Zaitu. We have looked and kept Empako. Okay, up to today, you come to Tore, the first thing they give you is Empako, and that is your pet name, and you keep that Empako forever. Okay, we have done all these things because our King, His Majesty King Oyo, promotes tourism and protects culture.
Actionable recommendations were developed focusing on policy reforms and tax incentives.
Now, after raising the matrix and issues, we are going to have a meeting, which meeting will call all the different institutions, both private sector and public sector, who are charged responsibility of providing these services. We sit in the House and look at the issue, what is the recommendation, and who is responsible for it, and it should be handled by when.
This is part of the consultative process ahead of the 6th biannual Presidential Private Sector CEO Retreat. Insights from the summit will inform national tourism strategies. Reporting for ABC TV, Helen Barbara and Faith Kayen.
Now, the Attorney General's Office and URSB have rejected a proposal by creatives to create a private copy remuneration fund through taxation on gadgets.
Propose that a new provision be introduced to create a levy to be charged on devices that are capable of duplicating and storing the copyrighted works. Proposal is that we maintain the position of the Honorable Attorney General that the proposal be rejected. The proposal of the stakeholders has an effect on the increase of the cost of gadgets, which affects the digital penetration in terms of uptake of ICT in Uganda, which is a key driver to socio-economic development.
To have a levy on these gadgets, these voters will beat us here. We must be very careful. So the timing of the bill is not very good. So I want to think that the view espoused by the Attorney General, in the meantime, should be maintained.
It is important, Mr. Chairman, sir, to categorically look at the issue of the PCR. As you said, as a committee, we are supportive. We need to support the sector, the beneficiaries in this, and not probably being waived by the season of politics. Mr. Chairman.
So I would think, my view, Chair, and the learned Attorney General is here, if there are other ways of helping the creative industry benefit from their creativity in the law, we should think along those lines.
Insist or hold the position as Attorney General's chambers that this proposal has the effect of increasing the cost of the gadgets and affecting the uptake, okay, of ICT at a time when we should be encouraging every other person to use ICT in the country. Perhaps going forward, the law come into place, and I'm just repeating myself, I've said this before, along the way you will be seeing other mischiefs coming. Then we can either consider a review or see what can be done along the way.
A larger issue for our colleagues in the and there's value in saying let's help the industry raise revenue. But can we think about more creative ways to help the industry raise revenue? For instance, if we regulate YouTube, Netflix, Spotify, Apple Music, and the young people here will tell you 10 other platforms I don't even know. Why don't we take a fraction of that revenue and give it to the industry? Because then the person who is paying is not even feeling they're paying.
Amanya gange nze mugerwa John Bulega mbeera wa Antony Mukono wano mu kifo kyennyini w'empangulidde pikipiki eno kakati bakama bange engeri gye mpanguddemu pikipiki eno bakama baffe ab'MTN bazze ne promotion eno yakola tune era mbadde ndi mu kulya kame ne ŋŋamba kangezesa omukisa gwange ne mpita kiyambi wa MTN nannyambako nanteerako nusu 10 ku akawunti yange eya MTN eya layini yange nangulira akakola tune angulidde kanneeyanziza naŋŋamba aguze kashiba era bwamaze okungulira akakola tune akakashiba ne bakwata ennamba ne bagitaba mu bululu bwentyo MTN olw'okuba nti mbadde muwanguzi wempangulidde mu kunyeenya nempita mu kalulu wentyo nempita mu bakama bange era nga neeyanziza nnyo neeyanzege ddala MTN oye MTN kyaddala ebya MTN byaddala ensi eraba enjuba ekyayaka piki ndikutte misana neeyanziza nnyo ddala ab'MTN.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
At UNOC, we believe in safety.
Welcome back from that break, and now into the business scene. Government and regional stakeholders have reaffirmed their commitment to formalize artisanal and small-scale mining as a way of transforming natural resources into sources of conflict into engines of development. Now, this was revealed by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, Engineer Lauryn Masika, during a regional workshop to validate the revised regional guide on formalization of the sector.
Follows the adoption of the Pact on Security, Stability and Development, which calls for the fight against illegal exploitation of natural resources. Addressing the gathering, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, Engineer Lauryn Masika, affirmed government's commitment to realigning the sector.
The workshop today is focused on putting in place robust guidelines that will continue providing clarity to this formalization process. Now, Uganda, being a member state of the International Conference of the Great Lakes region, has embarked on this process.
Formalization will not only curb smuggling and illegal trade, but also improve working conditions, ensure environmental protection, and enable miners to access financing, technology, and fairer mineral prices.
We are undertaking biometric registration of these artisanal and small-scale miners. We are encouraging them to associate in a group so that we support them through this formalization process, including licensing them and ensuring that they are part of the organized economy of the country.
The revised regional guide is expected to create stronger governance, reduce conflict drivers, and secure more benefits for communities engaged in artisanal and small-scale mining.
We put in place, under their guidance, 6 tools. One of the 6 tools is called the formalization of artisanal small-scale mining. So by meeting today, we are trying to revitalize what our leaders already decided that must be put in place in our endeavor to transform illicit exploitation into sustainable small-scale mining.
Its immense potential, the ASM sector faces serious challenges, which you all know. You're the experts in the room, you know these challenges, and this sector makes it, the informal nature of the sector makes it vulnerable to this trade and conflict, which you are all aware of.
Mary Namkose, Mike Bakabulindi, UBC News.
The Uganda Communications Commission and the Uganda Tourism Board have partnered to improve connectivity and curb cybercrime in Uganda's tourism sector. The collaboration leverages UCC's expertise in communication regulation and cybersecurity to support Uganda Tourism Board's mission of positioning Uganda as a preferred tourist destination. Now, together, they aim to create a safer and more connected digital environment for tourists and industry players.
That we ride on their back. For example, we have a very big presence.
Visitors who come here, you've heard of MICE conferences and whatever, international conferences, definitely the first thing they'll ask for, how is connectivity? And that's what we do, that's what we regulate. So we are here to listen from, I would say, UTB is our client, is our primary client as a regulator of the tourism industry, to listen from them. You've heard them telling us about the cyber security issues which they are having with some of their licensed operators. We are the ones who have the highest concentration of experts who handle cyber security in the country, together with our colleagues, NITA. So when we listen it from UTB, we find a way of how to handle this. So we are here mainly for collaboration.
UCC has given a commitment. Hopefully within the next 1 year, we should be speaking about 5G and not just 4G. That would enhance Uganda's internet speed and accessibility in our national parks?
Tourism is now very topical and is a thriving sector. It will attract all sorts of players, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So it is no surprise, therefore, that we also have people coming into the tourism space who are not necessarily there to grow with us, who are there to detract, actually, others from the right path. So we're sparing no effort in securing our sector and our tourism industry. So that is where we're going to collaborate with the cybersecurity team at UCC to crack down on any fraudulent players who have somehow maneuvered and worked their way into the sector.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Agriculture is Uganda's economic backbone, employing about 70% of the working population and contributing 20% of the GDP. As the world becomes a digital global village, ICT has proven to increase productivity in the agricultural value chain. UCUSAF, through its Strategic Plan 3, recognizes the importance of access and usage of ICT-based tools, information, and knowledge for farmers by providing them the needed skills to live, learn, work, and participate in a digital society.
We came up with a project which we took to UCSAF, and we're happy that UCSAF supported it. That project is called ICT for Farmers. What did we get from ICT for Farmers? We managed to skill up to 100,000 farmers.
Welcome back, and now into the world of sports. Uganda's quarter-final opponent Senegal has arrived ahead of what's expected to be a thrilling championship of the African Nations contest this Saturday at Nambole National Stadium, Mandela National Stadium, Nambole. Take a look.
Clad in their great tracksuits, the Championship of African Nations reigning champion Senegal national football team arrived with pomp at Entebbe International Airport last night. It was received by the local organizing committee's public relations manager, Mark Namanya.
Senegal are the champions, let's not forget, and so they're the holders. And when they arrived, they looked confident, they were calm, they were happy to be in the country. I spoke to their leader of delegation, who is also the vice president of the Senegalese Football Federation, one Sidi Lo Papa, and they say that they're happy to come to Uganda. They were happy with the Crane Band, which received them at the airport. All their players and officials took their cameras out to record the performances of the Crane Band, and they said that this is what Africa is all about. They felt that they were where they belong, and Uganda reminded them so much of Senegal. So it was happy that we scored on that card as being very, very good hosts. So they are quite a sizable team. Senegalese are famous for being giants, and I could tell that they are giants. There are some very huge physical specimens. So obviously our boys have their cut out. But we are playing at Nambole. We are playing before 40,000 fans, and I think all I can say with absolute certainty is that it's going to be a wonderful spectacle. come match day, because you're going to have a team which has been pushed together with a very, very resolute spirit against arguably one of the best, if not the best teams on the continent. So it will be a very good game come Saturday.
Senegal finished second in Group D to set up a quarter-final date against the Cranes this Saturday at Mandela National Stadium, Nambole. The two sides are played in a pre-tournament friendly. There was 1-2-1 by the Uganda Cranes in Tanzania. In other quarterfinals, Kenya plays Madagascar and Tanzania faces Morocco on Friday, with the other Saturday tie having Sudan and Algeria in Zanzibar City.
Now, the Ugandan national football team, the Cranes, has continued training ahead of their first ever African Nations Championship quarter-final clash against Senegal this Saturday at Mandela National Stadium, Nambole. As the Cranes prepare for their day of reckoning, the team completed a penultimate training session ahead of the crucial tie.
As the Uganda Cranes' day of making further history nears, the team has engaged in the penultimate training session ahead of its quarter-final against Senegal this Saturday.
We had a recovery session and the mood in the camp is good. For now, there's no one who is injured. We're all in good situations and ready to take on Senegal on Saturday. And we are going for our training today. We are ready to face Senegal and to put up a good fight on Saturday.
Senegal enter the tie as reigning champion and favourites, but against a resolute Uganda Cranes side that is rallied by more than 30,000 fans, face an opponent looking to make history by further progression.
Our beloved fans, it has been a good experience to all the players. There are some of the players who had never been in such an atmosphere, but the fans have stood with us ever since we lost the game to Algeria until our last game in the group stages. The fans have been there with a wonderful support. They were behind us. They are some of the reasons why we are here on the quarterfinals. And I call upon them on Saturday, come in large numbers, come and support us here at the Mandela National Stadium as we take on Senegal in our quarterfinals.
Uganda's local organizing committee has allayed fears among fans still queuing for March day tickets to the CHAN quarterfinals against Senegal. Take a look.
So here are the facts. No one should tell you anything which is different from what I'm going to say. Nambole is a 39,000 seater. And typically we've been having full to capacity crowds of 34,000 fans because as we've explained before, we cannot fill the stadium in the actual capacity numbers for reasons which are well stipulated by the Confederation of African Football. However, right now, as we speak, you have in excess of 40,000 fans who are online and they are scrambling to buy the tickets. Yet, we've already sold 23,000 tickets for the stadium as of now, and this is still morning. You have just under 12,000 tickets still on offer, but more than 40,000 people are online scrambling for it. What am I trying to say? The Nambole is a stadium which has got a capacity. You cannot go beyond that capacity. If I believe in me, it's because the match is on high demand, and yet tickets are being bought online. So it's a system-generated process. You cannot say that I'm not buying the tickets because X time I'm to watch the game or I doesn't want. It's just a system, and you just have to wait, sit back and wait and be patient. That's all I can say to the Ugandans. And if you're lucky and you can get access to that much ticket, then well and good. If not, for the next game, which will be the semi-final next week, just be on standby and try to be among the first people to buy your ticket because there's going to be overwhelming demand. So there's nothing more anyone else can do. It is a system-generated process, and then you must conform to it. Pure and simple.
Well, that's all we had for you today. Thank you so much for your company, but do join us at 10 o'clock for our second edition of UBC News Tonight. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto and my colleague Muhammad Mugalu. We will see you at 10.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
My name is Flight Captain George Michael Mkula, the National Vice Chairman of the National Resistance Movement, and also a sportsman and a businessman. I used to play number 9 and a very good striker for that matter. I would like to thank His Excellency the President, the First Lady Mama Janet Museveni, and the Minister of Sports, and also the entire team of FUFA, led by Engineer Magogo, and his entire team for the support